In this segment, we will walk through how to configure the AUX inverter ducted system in a Downflow application. If you're installing an AUX unit in the downflow position, you'll have to reposition the coil so that the vertical drain pan is aligned correctly for downflow drainage. First, you have to remove the blower access panel. Then you have to remove the coil access panel. Because a refrigerant detection sensor or RDS will not be in the right position after the coil is flipped, you will need to remove it, and you will have to relocate it later. To make the coil easier to handle, you must label and disconnect the sensors and the EEV coil. Carefully label wires or take a picture for reinstallation. Avoid excessive force on connectors. Simply remove only 2 screws holding the coil retaining plate, then remove the plate itself and gently slide the coil out. Remember, never pull on the refrigerant lines when doing this. Always hold the coil by the top plate or the drain pan rail. Set the coil aside on a clean, flat surface for use later. Now we'll remove the center cabinet support and drain pan extension. To do this, you have to detach the center support and remove the pan extension. Then flip the coil over carefully. Do not apply pressure to the tubing so you do not damage it. Slide the coil back into the cabinet, making sure the bottom rails lock into the drain pan groove. Once the coil is aligned and set, reinstall the cabinet's center support. Now it's time to reposition the RDS sensor to ensure it can detect refrigerant after the coil is in its new configuration. This is critical for system safety. First, mount the RDS sensor downstream of the coil. Then reinstall any previously removed sensors and the EEV coil. If everything was done correctly, all panels will fit back into place with no gaps or misalignments. It is that simple to install the AUX inverter ducted system in a downflow configuration. Be sure to always follow these steps and ensure the system performance, proper drainage, and refrigerant safety. Remember to always register your customers' products to qualify for the 12/12 extended warranty for extra reliability.